Hello, reception. Right, your last job to do with our Norman story is a little bit of designing and making. Okay, so here's our Norman from our story, and his shell was made out of a nice juicy donut. So what I want you to do is I want you to have a think about how you could make your very own Norman using bits and bobs that you find at home. Okay, so what I would like you to do is find yourself some paper. At the top I've written Norman because that's the name of our slug. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to have a think. What could you use at home to make your very own Norman? And what we're going to do is we're going to draw our design onto our piece of paper. Okay, and we're going to add some labels of things we might want to include or use, and then we're going to have a go at making it. Okay, so I've written Norman at the top. Okay, and in the middle of my paper I'm going to draw a big picture of what I want my Norman to look like, and I'm going to think about what I'm going to use. Okay, so I've got to think about things that I have lots of at home. So it might be things that we normally have in our junk modelling tub. Okay, so things made out of cardboard or crafty bits. Okay, so I think I'm going to use a toilet roll tube. Okay, so that's going to be the body of my Norman, and he needs some sort of pointy antenna. He's going to have some googly woogly eyes, or maybe I might draw them on. And I need something to make his shell. Okay, so I'm thinking we eat lots of eggs in my house, so we've got lots of egg boxes. So I'm going to use a part of my egg box to make my shell. Okay, and I'm going to give him a big smiley face because he's very happy. Okay, so there's my Norman. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to label the things I'm going to use. So this is used from an egg box. Egg box. And this is a toilet roll tube. Now toilet roll is a tricky word. Toilet roll tube. And then I'm going to use googly eyes. Googly eyes. And I think because I like rainbows, I'm going to decorate his shell so it looks like a rainbow. But I'm going to do that with felt tip pens. So I'm going to write pens. And how am I going to attach it all together? What might I need? I think I'm going to use some sticky tape or some sellotape. So I'm going to just write that down here because that's something else I might need. Okay, so I'm quite happy with my design. What I need to do now is I'm going to do my making. If you want to colour your picture first, you can do. But I'm going to go straight to my making. So I'm going to put my design to the side so I can still see it. And I'm going to start to collect the things that I need. So I've got my sellotape, got my toilet roll tube, got my egg box. I need to get some scissors, so be very careful. Ask Mummy and Daddy. And I also need to get my decorating things. So I've got my pens and, oh, I've forgotten my googly eyes. I might have to get those at the very, very end. Okay, so here's all my bits and bobs. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting my egg box here. This is the part I wanted. So I've cut this part out. That's going to make the shell on my Norman. Okay, so I've cut that one out very carefully with my scissors. Okay, and then I have used my toilet roll tube and I'm going to make those spiky bits, the antennae, and I'm going to cut them out of my toilet roll tube. Can you see? So I cut 2 triangle shapes, and then I cut all the other bit off. Okay, so I've got my Norman's body and I've got my shell. Okay, so now I need to think about how I'm going to attach them. So this is going to be tricky because he's probably going to roll all over the place. So I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to put that on top, and I'm going to use some sellotape. Now you might find you need Mummy and Daddy's help to stick these bits on. Okay, so I'm going to stick one part there. I'm going to turn him over the other way and add some more on. It might keep falling over, depends how much sticky tape you need on here. There we go. And make sure it's all really securely attached. So I might need to add some more bits on later. And I have made my Norman, so I've got his body and his shell. Okay, so now I'm going to look back at my design. Oh yes, okay, I need to get my eyes, but I might decorate him first before I do my eyes. So I'm going to start doing the shell. Now I decided that I wanted to do some pens, so I've got my rainbow pens here. So I'm going to start doing the rainbow sorts of colours. I think I'm going to start at the front actually. So here we go, I'm going to do a rainbow sort of shape. Can you see that? And here. Oh, it's very tricky with just one hand. I'm sure yours will look lots better than mine. Okay, I'm going to use some orange next. And I'm going to go all the way around the side. I think my orange is running out a little bit. And then I would carry on until his shell is all beautifully like a really lovely rainbow. Okay, I'm going to finish my orange bit, and I'm going to show you the next bit. Okay, so I've started my rainbow. It's not finished at all yet, is it? I need to do the whole shell. I need to also think about how I'm going to decorate his body. Maybe that could be rainbow as well. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to add on his face. So I think I'm going to use a black pen for my eyes. I don't have any googly eyes left, so I might have to change my plan. And I'm going to draw the googly eyes on. Okay. So you've got nice big eyes. And my Norman's very, very happy. So I'm going to draw him a nice big happy. Oh, it's gone a bit wibbly. Nice big happy face. There we go. So, not quite finished, but you get the idea. There's my Norman, the slug with the silly shell. And I think I need to go away and get it a bit more finished than this. So I want you to have a go, okay? You don't have to use the things I've used. This is just an idea. You've probably got a better idea than me. But what I would like to see is your lovely design first. So with a great picture. Some ideas about what you're going to use around the edge. And maybe some extra things that you need. And then I want you to try and stick to your design as best you can. Can you see mine? Okay, have fun with that reception. I look forward to seeing what your Normans look like. See you later.